Hello everyone, just want to do a quick update on how our little garden's going along before the sun goes. Just a quick run through a couple of beds. So I planted out this bed here that's created quite recently. Not happy about that crow being there. I think it's a blackbird alarm calling. Anyway, so Highlander onions in here, and then the very last of my Zabroon went in here a week or two ago now. Zabroon shallots, that is, and then these were my original Zabroon shallots. So this may be a bit late, but I really don't mind. Just see what happens. If I get little ones, I get little ones. And these were some Bulgarian giant leeks I've put in, almost pencil size, only 5 in here. I've got another dozen left to find space for. These giant onions are looking good, starting to spread a bit now as well, I'd noticed as I was walking around earlier. Anyway, first time I've grown broad beans and didn't realise how much I like them. We've had 2 big harvests of these now, and I've taken most of the tops off apart from 1 or 2 little ones, and yeah, really happy with them. I'll definitely be doing aquadulture next year. It's amazing how quick the pods swell, and the fruit is absolutely beautiful in the beans. Now this obviously I had in last year, but it didn't flower, and this reminds me of hedge woundwort. That's native, and I call it poor man's orchid, but this must be like a garden variety. I was given a few flowers last year by a colleague and put them all in here, but I never saw this, so if anyone knows what these are, then it'd be good to know. But the bees like it. And yeah, I like to have a few flowers in there. So garlic, it's itching now. What was here was 2019 Save Seed, and I just called it Stripy Red, and we've eaten them as green garlic, but the one was quite large I've left, and I was absolutely over the moon with that as a so-called green garlic, but that's a proper bulb now, so I'm over the moon with that. But the rest are going to wait a bit longer, probably another 3 weeks. The Mikolov White are beginning to produce escapes, and I think that's normal for a hardneck. Excuse the 4x4. Escapes are really yummy, really good in an omelette. I've had the ones in the tunnel, so can't wait to see what these are like. But yeah, these are going to stay in for another 2, 3, maybe even a month. Just wait for them a little bit longer. Getting the rest in this little garlic bed. This is mainly Mario and Dario, or Marco, Dario and Thermodrone, I think, on this side. But yeah, they're getting hit by rust a bit, but that doesn't matter. Most alliums do. I still need to sort out all these verbena coming up. Oh yes, this bed here. Sorry about the shadow. This bed here, the coriander's overtaken it now. I've just not been in here to harvest it. Just left it go. But now by this weekend, these hearts will be gone because they need eaten now. Give them away. And coriander, yeah, I'll probably start taking from that now as we're getting short elsewhere. What else have I done lately? Oh yeah, excuse the shadows, must be awful, I know. We've put some beans in. Now I know, spacing wise, you're probably all thinking, oh my goodness, what's he doing? But my plan is, I've got the little teepee thing, so I'll have them going up normally. But what I did last year, which worked really well, is I grew beans along my front here, along this fence, and I attached string to the hedge, and I had the string coming over, and then I grew it towards the hedge then, and that really worked like a canopy of beans, and the harvest was prolific. So I did that along here, along this front, just a couple, But then this whole brassica bed here had them all going in the front and then stretching over there, and you can't see, but there's still string I need to collect and sort out. But yeah, so we've planted Trail of Tears, which is a French climbing bean, Moonlight runner bean there, given by a friend, and then a dry shelling bean from Real Seeds called Jacob. So give that a go. And then lastly, I just want to show you the garlic in the tunnel quickly. Still a building site here. Lots going on. Oh, I completely fried the carrots in the tunnel. Got some basil coming on, nice. And we've been having a bit of the garlic out here. Now my thinking is that a tunnel is at least 2-3 weeks ahead of outside. So I've literally just pulled the last of my Autumn Champion sets, which are now up there as little bulb onions. So definitely worth doing. Autumn Champion is much better to bulb, I find, in the tunnel than Sensu Yellow. I'll show you them in a second. But these two, if you ever wonder what happens if you plant two sets next to each other, you get one nice bulb onion, you get a little one. If I go outside quick, again, just to see what happens with spacing and sets, you get, and these are planted literally next to each other. You know, that's going to be 2 bulbs there, but I'm going to let them go a bit longer. Yeah, so I think with sets you can get away with planting them quite close. Anyway, stay on track because you ain't got long. So yeah, last of these bulb onion. I'm going to leave these in just a little bit longer and then take the rest out and tidy this up. Provenance, I think this one was. It's just a garlic, just to see how they're doing. They're pretty small. That's fine. But I'll leave the rest in for a bit. And then I pulled an early purple here, and that's got a nice close there, so that's great. But I won't be putting the rest yet. I'm going to keep them a little bit longer. And then these were the Sensu Yellow, and these are what I'm leaving to bulb. And as you can see, they don't really get as big as the Autumn Champ. So just to give you an idea, then I can compare. Not that this is a very scientific way of doing it, but yeah. So yeah, these are a much decent sized omelette bulb. You know, that one's a nice one, and the one behind there's a nice one too. So yeah, Sensu Yellow, definitely worth growing sets in the tunnel, and garlic in the tunnel, and onions by seed in the tunnel, but they've all got stood on, but there we go. Such is life. And strawberries are doing great. Alice is really enjoying these, as are we, but we don't really get a look in with the little one. And yeah, so that's it really. I just wanted to... It's not bolted? Oh, no. That's the first time I've not had a decent sized red onion set bolt, so that would have been electric. That one's not bolting, but it's quite loose, I'll pull him out. Mikulov White, what did I want to say about that? Oh, the scape, yeah. So this scape went really big and curly, like this one. And it was really good, really tasty. But I think it's okay to take the scapes on the hardneck garlic, which I think this is. Yeah, and the foxgloves, I've been taking some as cut flowers for the house, so they'll be gone soon, and this whole bed will need a feed and start to transition over. Still not there yet. It's getting there. It is getting there. So I've got some tomatoes in sacks here. Going to give this little method a go this year and then come up with something else next year. But yeah. I thought I'd lost all the tops from growing points from some tomatoes, but I think it's just the variety. So I've got lots like that. I can't remember the full name, it's just, I've called it Theo D. It's from another one from Real Seeds, but Yeah, there's me blaming poor Becky and Alice, because Becky and Alice potted these up and said, oh, you've taken all the growing tips out, but I think this is the variety, a trait of the variety. I'm not sure anyway, but the majority of these Phaeods seem to be doing that. So there's another one over here. It's doing the same. But we shall see. And yeah, so we had a nice little quick harvest of salad from this little tub. And now we've got the French beans coming on with some flowers. I tell you what, the French beans have been hard to germinate. This will be my third sowing, and the seed is new. These came up fine, but anyway. And I shoved a tomato in here ages ago, and it's grown through now. And a few courgettes coming on. So there we are, just a quick update on the old garden, and I'll leave you with a carnivorous pitcher plant.